Hi class! In this video we are going to do this Northern Lights watercolor. And I'm filming this week, and I know a lot of you in my middle school classes are waiting for me to send you some paints. So I thought I would use these paints. These are the ones that I'm sending you. So when you get them, then you can do this video. So here is the example of what we're going to be doing. And I've done this on a very thick watercolor paper, and I've already gone ahead here and taped it down onto some Bristol board, and I just wanted it to stay flat so you can see it. And I'm going to need water and my paints, right? And I'm just going to use my little paint palette right here. I'm going to put water right here in this side, and I have a variety of brushes. So the first thing I'm going to do is grab some clean water, and I'm going to make little pools. You know, we always do this in class. Little splooshes of some clear water here. And I'm not going to use too many colors for the background, but I want to get my paint ready before I start painting, because to get that effect where it's blurring into itself, we want to kind of move fast here. And every time I do this project, it looks different. I also have a little paper towel that I'm dabbing on. Okay, so the first thing I want to do is activate my paints. So I'm going to use the yellow. So I'm just putting a drop in there. I'm not going to touch it. I just want to let a little drop come off my paintbrush. And I'm going to put one in the blue and one in my purple. And I'm going to use a little black. So now the paint is starting to get soft. So I'm going to start by mixing my yellow. And I always like to do the lightest color first. So I'm going to get in there and mix up that nice yellow, and I'm going to make it over here on the side on my tray. And this is how I keep my paints nice and clean. So I never ever mix colors on top of my paints. So I know in some of my videos I had already mixed up my paint, and I got a few emails saying, how do we do this? So in this one I'm going to show you. So I have my yellow, and I want it as saturated as possible. So I'm really getting a lot of paint out of the tray. And then I have two things of water, one to clean off and the other to get clear water. So my paintbrush will always be clean. I never put a dirty brush into my paints. Now I'm going to do the blue, the same thing. I'm going to mix up my blue here. Like this. Make a nice dark blue. I'm just going to start with these colors for now. Okay. Now I'm going to clean out my brush from that blue. And again, I go into my dirty water first, get all the paint off, and then into my clean water. So now I have a super clean brush. So I'm going to start by painting with the yellow. Now, let me show you the final project again. To get this effect, you want to do streaks, okay? So I'm going to start at the bottom, and I'm going to pull up some streaks. And you do want some of that yellow to go all the way to the top. But I really want a lot of it at the bottom. So I'm going to fill the bottom in with yellow. And then I'm going to pull some of it up in streaks. You want to leave little areas of the paper between. That's essential. Otherwise the whole thing is just going to be yellow. So I used up all my yellow, and that looks pretty good. So now I'm going to go in the blue, and I'm going to do the exact same thing, the opposite direction here. Starting at the top with my blue, and I'm going to pull some down. Now every time your brush touches that yellow, it's going to start turning green. So be careful. You want to just get the blues in first when we still have pure blue. We'll do a little bit of mixing after. All right, so I have blue, and now I want to pull it down into my yellow, and I'm doing this very fast because I want the paint to still be wet. Do you notice how the yellow is kind of moving into the blue here? And I'm going to get some really dark blue now. So I'm going back into my blue, and to darken up that blue, I'm going to pull just a little bit of the purple, and I'm going to put that at the top. And now you notice the color just got a little bit darker. So I'm going to put some of that just at the top of my painting. And anywhere you've missed a spot, see I missed that spot right there, there's some white. You want to make sure you're get in all those areas. We don't want to see any of the paper. And then to make even a little bit darker, I'm just going to touch the black, just the tiniest bit. And I'm going to just put some dark right up at the top. We don't want it too black. We just want it to look like a dark blue. So test it on a side paper. If it looks too black, then don't use it. All right. So once you kind of like the way it looks, you should stop. Over blending it is going to be the biggest problem for you guys. So if I go back in and I start messing with it, I'm going to blend all those colors together and it's going to mess up the effect, right? So we want to have it dry like this. So this is first step. I'm going to walk away now and let it dry completely. It needs to be super dry, right? And I have one that I made earlier and it's absolutely dry. So I'm going to go back to the second video and work on my dry one. So you guys at home are just going to walk away from your painting now and let it dry. And if you really are in a hurry, which I usually am for my art because I'm so excited about painting, then you go ahead and get yourselves one of these and you can blow dry it. I'm not going to do that for you because it'll be too loud, but you can get a blow dryer and speed dry. But if it's really, really puddling, it will blow the paint. So just be forewarned. All right, come back for video 2.